Alright, so today I will do the Johor Set 1, paper 1. Alright, so take out your paper, take out your calculator, and let's study the Johor Set 1 together. Alright, so let's start. Number 1, express 3.15 times 10 power 8 in a single number. So you have to know something. This is called standard form. Alright, they give you in standard form. Alright, they give you in standard form. And they want you to express in a single number. So what you do is you look at the 10 power here. If the power here is positive, it means your number will get bigger. If the power is negative, means your number will get smaller. So 3.15 times 10 power 8, your number will get bigger or smaller? It will get bigger, right? Because the 10 power is positive here. So how big? So it means you have to move the decimal point to the right. So berapa kali? 8 kali. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the answer will be 315. And then how many zero? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the answer should be C. Alright, that's how you do it. Of course, you can use your calculator to help you also. So you just tekan what? 3.15 and then exp 8. Right? exp here means exponent. It means times 10 power. 3.5. And then when you tekan equals, you get 315 and then 6 zeros. Right? Which is C lah. Exactly the same. Alright? I hope none of you bulat A lah. Okay? I hope none of you go and think that, oh, 3.15 times 10 power 8, maksudnya 8 kosong lah. And then you go and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you thought the answer is A. No, okay, no. Okay? If the soalan say 315 times 10 power 8, then yes, the answer is A. Alright? So look carefully where is the decimal point. Alright? So the answer is not A, the answer is C. Next, number 2, 4.06 times 10 power 5 plus 120 times 10 power 4. Okay, you can use your calculator to help you lah. So just key in everything. So 4.06. Okay, you can tekan times 10 power also, but I will tekan exp. And then 5. Okay, when you tekan exp means times 10 power, alright? And then plus with 120 times 10 power 4, just tekan exp 4 like this. And then equals, so that's the answer. But if you look at the ABCD here, tak ada, right? There is no 1600000 because the answer is all in standard form. It means that you have to convert this to standard form, alright? So how to convert to standard form? Of course, you can convert by yourself, but you can use your calculator to help you also. Just tekan this ENG, right? When you tekan this ENG, the calculator will convert to standard form. So try to tekan. Okay, if I tekan, you see what happens? 1.606 times 10 power 6. So the answer is D. Alright? It means that the calculator can actually change to standard form. Okay? When you press the ENG, then the calculator will change it to standard form. But when you tekan the ENG here, if you tekan again, what will happen? It becomes 10 power 3. When you tekan again, 10 power 0. Right? Negative 3. Okay, so what I want to tell you is, like, bukan selalu you can change to standard form using calculator, because sometimes, alright, tak apa, kita buat number 3. Okay, kita buat number 3, then you will know why not always you can change to standard form using calculator. So number 3, if you look here, the moon is 405696 from the earth. Express the distance in standard form. So you can use the same method, 405696. Press that into your calculator, and you want to convert this to standard form, right? So you tekan equal first, and you want to change to standard form, you tekan the ENG. But look here, when you tekan the ENG, they give you 405.696 times 10 power 3. But is this standard form? No, this is not standard form. Okay? Because standard form means in front of the decimal there should be 1 digit only. Can you see how many digit that's in front of the decimal? How many digit you see? You see 3 digit. Alright, so this is not standard form. And if you look in the answer, tak ada pun yang jawapan macam ni. Right, look at the answer. It's all power 5, power 5, power negative 5, power negative 5. Tak ada pun yang macam ni, power 3. So what does it mean? It means that this is not standard form, and you have to convert by yourself. So let's write it down. 405.696 times 10 power 3. So it means that when you tekan the ENG, the calculator will only give you 10 power 3, 10 power 6 and 10 power 9. Itu maksudnya. It means that how to say, if it's like 10 power 5, they will not write 10 power 5 here. Dia takkan keluar power 5 or other power. It will only keluar power 3, power 6, power 9. So kalau macam ni, then macam mana nak buat? Okay, then you have to do it by yourself lah. You have to convert this to standard form by yourself. How to convert this to standard form? You have to move the decimal point so that until here, right? So it becomes 4.05696. Faham ke? It means that you have to move the decimal point to the left. Do 2 times, right? 1, 2. Okay, I want to ask you something lah. When you move the decimal point, when you change the position of the decimal point, it means the 10 power here also you have to change, correct? So yeah, you cannot just suka-suka tukar satu part and then the other one. It means that kalau sini tukar, sini the power also you need to tukar lah. So macam mana nak tukar? So I want to ask you, 405.696, now you change to 4.05696. Is your number getting bigger or getting smaller? It's getting smaller, betul? Because at first it's 405 point something, and then now it's just 4 point something. So your number is getting smaller. If your number is getting smaller, then the power should get bigger. What if here you get bigger? What if the number here is getting bigger? Then the power here need to get smaller. It needs to be balanced, alright? Senang saja kan nak ingat. If here smaller, here bigger. If here bigger, here smaller, alright? Dia tak boleh sini get smaller and then the 10 power also get smaller. Tak boleh macam tu. Dia mesti, kalau sini get smaller, sini mesti get bigger. So, the number here is getting smaller, obviously, because 405 point something, now you change to 4 point something, your number is getting smaller. So, the power need to get bigger. That's why I write plus here. But plus what, how many? Okay, you move berapa kali, then you plus berapa. So, you move to, you move to the left 2 times, right? So, plus 2. So, it will be 4.05696 times 10 power 5. But please don't go and bulat A, because the answer is not A. The answer is actually B. Okay? If you look carefully, the answer is 4.05696 times 10 power 5. And you actually have to round off, because they all the answers written here is written in 2 decimal place. So it's like 4.056. So when you round off, it actually becomes 4.06. So the answer should be B here, not A. Okay? If you write A, is wrong. Okay? Because look carefully. I know it's 4.05 here, but look at the next number. The next number is 6. So you have to plus 1. So it's actually 4.06. Alright? Tak apa. I'll do one more question, then you will understand it better. Because number 4 is also similar to this question. Okay. Table 1 shows the diameter of planets. Find the diameter difference. Difference means nak tolak besar tolak kecil. Find the diameter difference between largest and smallest in table. So the largest one is this one, right? And the smallest one is this one. So they want you to find the difference. Just use your calculator lah. 139820. So just put that in your calculator. Minus 4879.4. So just tekan 4879.4. But if you look at the answer ABCD here, tak ada pun jawapan yang macam tu. Because your answer is all in standard form. And what I said just now, if you want in standard form, if you want your calculator to change to standard form, what you do? You just press the ENG. Just ENG, boom. And then they give you this thing. But you will notice that there's tak ada jawapan juga. Tak ada juga ABCD, tak ada juga yang macam ni. Why? Because this is not standard form. Okay, it's not standard form yet. Okay, tak apa, kita tulis, we write it down first. 134.9406 times 10 power 3. Okay, this is not standard form because standard form, depan decimal point hanya boleh ada 1 digit. Sekarang depan decimal ada 3 digit. Maksudnya you have to move the decimal point until it's here, so that it becomes 1.349406. Like this, baru kita panggil dia sebagai standard form. So how can I make the decimal point move to here? It means that you have to do something to the power lah. You faham maksud saya? So can you tell me, is the number getting bigger or getting smaller? Originally it's 134 point something. Now it's like 1 point something. So your number is obviously getting smaller. So if your number is getting smaller, then the power should get bigger, right? It should get bigger. Dia mesti like one, kalau sini smaller, sini bigger. Kalau sini bigger, sini smaller. Dia tak boleh, takkanlah you sini get smaller, then here also get smaller. Then it becomes even smaller. So tak boleh, dia kena balance, right? If one is getting smaller, then the other one should get bigger. So here should get bigger. So here I'll write plus. But plus how many? Plus what? It should be plus 2 lah, because you move to the left 2 times, right? Kalau you move berapa kali, then you plus berapa lah. If you move 2, then plus 2. If you move 3, plus 3, macam tu. So 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is the answer. And if you look at ABCD, D is the one, right? 1.349 times 10 power 5. Alright, D is the one. Alright, number 5. Okay, oops. Let me adjust it. Okay, number 5. Given 1321 base 5 equals to this thing here, and state the values of P and Q. So 1321 base 5. Actually, what they want you to do is change it to base 10. So you know that if I give you a number in base 10, you can change to base 2, you can change to base 5, you can change to base 8. Alright? How? Macam mana nak tukar from base 10 to base 2? You use the bahagi method. Bahagi, it means you divide 2. If you want to change to base 5, then divide 5. If you want to change base 8, divide 8. Alright, I will not teach the basic lah. I will not show you how. If you forgot already, then you sendiri tengok balik. Okay, because I don't want to drag this video for too long. Okay, I don't want this video to be like 3 hours. Okay, so I will not teach all the basic things. Okay, if you forget, you sendiri tengok balik, or you want to ask me in private also can. Okay, because this video is just, I just want to quickly go through all the questions, so I will not go into the basic. Okay, so use the divide method. Okay, because from 10 change to 2, 10 change to 5, 10 change to 8, you have to bahagi. But what if I want to change from base 2 back to base 10? Then I have to use the darab tambah. Alright, same thing from 5 to 10 also, darab tambah. 8 to 10 also, darab tambah macam tu. What if I want to change from base 2 to base 10? Sorry, base 2 to base 5. Okay, if I want to change to base 2 to base 5, dia tak ada shortcut. You have to change it to base 10 first. How to change to base 10? Use the darab tambah method. Okay, because base yang lebih kecil change to base 10. So you have to use the darab tambah method. And then use the bahagi method again to change to base 5. Macam tu. What if I want to change from base 5 to base 8? Same, tak ada shortcut. You have to change to base 10 dulu, baru change to base 8. And macam mana you nak ingat, right? Bila guna the darab method or bila guna the bahagi method. When it's a smaller base, change to base 10. Small change to big. So mestilah darab. So 5 change to 10, it means you have to use the darab method. And then from 10 change to 8, it means from base 10 to a smaller base, then you use the bahagi. But from base 2 to base 8 sebenarnya ada satu shortcut. Okay, only base 2 and base 8 ada satu shortcut saja. Alright, okay, don't worry, later number 6. Number 6 you will use the shortcut. Okay, so come back to number 5. Now, they want you to change from base 5 to base 10. So what you do is you need to use the darab tambah method. So what you do is, here is 5, then you just write 5 power 0, sini 5 power 1, 5 power 2, 5 power 3. Okay, usually students, they will forget the 5 power 0 one, always. They always start from 5 power 1, okay? So, please be careful, okay? The last digit here should always, atas should always be 5 power 0. Okay, so what you do? Change to base 10 lah. So it becomes what? Darab tambah, right? So it becomes 5 power 3 times 1 plus, and then 5 power 2 times 3, right? Plus 5 power 1 times 2. Okay, write it down. And then plus the last one, 5 power 0 times 1. So this is my answer, right? Of course, if you excuse me, if you tekan all of this into your calculator, you will get the answer in base 10. But look at the soalan. They say given 1321, this is the one yang soalan bagi. This is the one yang soalan bagi. And then this is the one yang saya buat sendiri. So what I can do, I can compare lah. Okay, so dia ada 1 times 5 power 0. Saya pun ada 1 times 5 power 0. So I can potong lah. Okay, dia ada 2 times 5. Saya pun ada 2 times 5. Dia ada 3 times 25. Saya pun ada 3 times 25. Because 5 square is 25. Okay, so yang dia ada, saya ada, I just potong. Okay, dia ada 1 times p power q. Saya ada 5 power 3 times 1. So I can compare 1 times p power q is actually 1 times 5 power 3. Alright, so it means that what? It means that p equals to 5, q equals to 3. Because you are just comparing, right? So 1 times, and then p is 5, q is 3. Right? 1 compare with 1 times, compare with times, p is 5, q is 3. So the answer should be A. Okay, what if you bulatkan B? Tak boleh. B is terbalik already. If you look at the answer in B, it's like P equals 3, Q equals 5. The one is terbalik already. Okay, so be careful. It should be A. Okay, next, number 6. State 147 base 8 as a number in base 2. Of course, you can do it slowly, right? It means that you want to change to base 10 first, and then baru change to base 2. Can also, but there's a shortcut, and I will use the shortcut. Okay, maybe... okay, I'll show you... Okay, what? Okay, I'll show you both methods lah. Okay, what if you want to change to base 10 first, and then change to base 2? Then what will you do? First, you need to use the darab tambah method. Okay? To change to base 10 first. Okay? How I know is using the darab tambah? Because you are converting a smaller base to base 10. That's why small to base 10, right? Small to big, so of course darab tambah. So what you do here, you have to write 8 power 0, 8 power 1, 8 power 2. And then you have to darab tambah, and then you get a number in base 10, and then bahagi 2 macam tu. Okay? If you are using the how to say, the slow method. But if you're using the shortcut, then the shortcut is like this: 147 base 8. You draw 3 lines, draw 3 lines, draw 3 lines, and then you write 124, 124, 124. And then you start to write down whether nak cukupkan 1, saya kena ambil mana. So kalau nak cukupkan 1, saya ambil 1 sini, and the 2 and 4 I just write 0. Kalau 4 saya nak ambil 4, I just take 1 here and then 0 0. Kalau nak cukupkan 7, I have to take 4 plus 2 plus 1. So it's like 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 7. So the answer is just salin saja benda ni. So 0 0 1, I just write 1. 1 0 0, 1 0 0. So 1 1 1, so 1 1 1 base 2. So the answer is A. Alright, so by using the shortcut, you can save a lot of time. But I will not go into the details. I will not go into the basics. Alright, if you already forget how to use it, then go to the exercise I gave you last year. Okay, and go revise it. Go find some exercise by yourself. Okay, or you can ask me also. Okay, but I will not explain it in this video because this video is just to go through the Johor, the paper 1 quickly. Okay, it's not to teach you like benda-benda yang basic macam tu. So you sendiri, how to say, if you don't know, if you cannot, if you don't know how to do it, you forgot already, then you tengok balik sendiri lah. Alright, you can ask me. Okay, you can ask me if you have any question. Alright, number 7. In diagram 1, PQRTUW is a regular. The keyword here is regular. What is regular? Regular means sama panjang, hexagon. So kalau dia sama panjang, so we know, like, let's say if I give you a triangle, right? So you know a triangle, if I give if I tell you that it's a sama panjang, it's an equilateral triangle, what will be the angle here? What will be the angle here? It will be 60 60 60. Betul? What if it's a square? What if it's a square and I tell you semua sama panjang? What will be the angle? It will be 90 90 90 90. Betul? But what if it's a hexagon? Hexagon. Pentagon. This is a pentagon. So what would be a pentagon? Then what would be the angle here? Okay, please don't tell me, oh, this one is 60, this one is 90. So this one is 120 lah, because plus 30. No. Tak ada macam tu. Okay, it's not 120. It's actually 108. Okay, 108, 108, 108, 108. Kalau dia sama panjang lah, Okay, kalau dia sama panjang. What if it's a hexagon? Hexagon berapa? It will be 120, 120, 120, 120. Okay, how to get all these numbers? Okay, how to get all these numbers? Okay, you can use this formula. N minus 2 times 180 divided by N. The N is for number of side. So let's say you want to know what is the sum of all the interior angles. This angle, we call it interior angle. Interior means the angle inside the polygon. So the interior, it means you want to know what is the sum of the triangle. Sum of all the angle inside the triangle. So you just put N equals to 3 lah. So when you put 3, so you just tekan 3 minus 2 times 180. So let's tekan 3 minus 2 and then times 180. So you get 180. It means that the total sum of interior angles is 180. But you can divide by 3 because it's all equal, right? So when you divide by 3, you get 60, 60, 60. Same for square. Okay, what about pentagon? Let's try pentagon. So pentagon, what is the number of sides? It will be 5, right? So masukkan 5 sini. So what's 5 minus 2? 3. So just, when you tekan 3 times 180, can you see you get 540? The 540 is what? Is the sum of all these angles add together. Okay? But you can divide by N. That's why the formula is over N. So divide by 5. You know why you can divide by 5? Because if it's regular, then you can divide by 5. You faham maksud saya? If it's regular. But what if it's tak sama panjang? Kalau dia tak sama panjang, then tak boleh lah. If I give you a triangle like this, a right angle triangle, then kalau tak sama panjang, then the angle will not be the same. It will not be 60, 60, 60. Okay, maybe it will be like 60, 30, 90 macam tu. Because the tak sama. So kalau tak sama panjang, the angle also tak sama. But kalau dia regular, if the question got says regular, it means that you can actually take the sum and then divide by 5, because there's 5 sides for pentagon, and you get 108. That's why each angle is 108. Okay, but now we are not talking pentagon, we are not talking about triangle, we are not talking about square. The question is talking about hexagon. So you should put N equals 6 here. So when you take 6 minus 2 and then times 180, this is the sum of the angle inside, interior angles. And what you do is you divide by 6, because they already say it's regular. So it should be, you will get 120. So it will be like 120, 120, 120, 120, 120. Here is also 120. So but here you have to write carefully, so it's like here only, so it's 120 also. Okay, because it's regular. Next, STUV and SRQ are straight line. So if it's a straight line, it means you can find the other side. It would be 60 here. You just take 180 minus 120, right? Because it's a straight line. Here also you can find, here is also 60. Here is also 60 because, you know, same reason lah, because it's a straight line. Straight line, dia punya angle mesti 180. So can I find N? Yes. N, I just take, because can you see this triangle? So you just take 180 minus 60 minus 60. So you get N equals to 60. Okay, so 180 minus 60 minus 60. Okay, because it's a triangle here. And triangle, the total sum should be 180. So when you minus these two, you get N. But the soalan asks for M plus N. Maksudnya saya kena cari M. Okay, but please, the M is not 120. Okay, look carefully, it's not 120. M is like 120 plus with the small angle here. Can you see the small angle here? And how to find the small angle here? You need to use the shape up here. You need to use this quadrilateral to help you. Can you see why I call it quadrilateral? Because there's 4 sides. So you need to use this shape to help you. You already know here is 41, here is 60. And you can find here also, right? How to find here? One circle is 360. So 360 minus 120, you should get 240. So 240 is the angle here. So can I find the angle here, the small angle here? Yes, because this is a quadrilateral. So quadrilateral, what is the sum of interior angles? It will be 360. But I already explained why. Because you just use the formula lah. Just put in the 4 here because there's 4 sides, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 minus 2, 2. And then 2 times 180. 360. So see, the total angle should be 360. But why I cannot divide by 4? Why I cannot divide by n? I already said you only divide by n, divide by the number of sides when it's a regular. What do I mean by regular? It means that all the side is sama panjang. It means that all the angle also sama. But this one is obviously not a regular quadrilateral. It's not regular. Okay, it's like one is 41, one is 60, one is 240. So it's different. It's not like all 90 like this. So you cannot take 360 divided by 4. It means that you can only divide by n when it's a regular polygon. But this one you're just finding the total only. So 360. So how to find the small part here? So the small part here will be 360 minus with 41 minus with 60 minus with 240. And when you minus all of these, you will get, so 360 minus 41 minus 60 minus 240. You will get a 19. And the 19 is still not the answer yet. The 90 is just the small angle here. So can you tell me what is M? M will be 120 plus the small part, right? 120 plus the small part. So 120 plus 19. So it's like 139. And the last step is you just take 139 plus 60. So the answer is C, 199. Alright. Next, number 8. In diagram 2, PQRS is a parallelogram. UPT and PRV are straight line. So if it's a parallelogram, means sini dengan sini parallel. Okay, and then here and here also parallel. Okay, and then they say UPT and PRV are straight line. Okay, and calculate value of y minus x. If you want to find y minus x, you need to find y first and then need to find x first. And then baru you boleh tolak. Betul? It means you have to find y and x separately and then baru you tolak. So how to find y and x? First of all, try to look away from y and x. Try to look at where the information, okay, try to look at mana dia bagi info. If you look at y and x, susah nak buat. Tengok mana dia bagi info. Mana yang dia bagi info? 21, 118 and 51. This is where they give the info, right? This is the only 3 info you have. So I'm sure like this info will help you, right? So look away from y and x. Just look at the tempat yang ada info. So tempat yang ada info is 21 and I can already see the 20. Here will be 21 also. Alright. Oops. Sorry. Okay, so here will be 21 also. How I know it's 21 because it's a, how to say? It's a Z shape. Betul? It's a Z shape. So that's why it's also 21. So can you see the Z like this, right? So it will be 21, 21. And then you need to know something about parallelogram. The opposite angle will be the same, right? So if here is 118, here is also 118. Okay? And then what else? You can find here lah, because this is a triangle. Betul? This is a triangle. So if this is a triangle, then I can find the angle here. So how to find? 180 minus 21 minus 18. So 180 minus 21 minus 118. So you will get 41. But the 41 is not the answer yet. And after you get the 41 here, boleh tak you cari y sekarang? Boleh kan? Because this is a straight line. You just take 180 minus 41. So just take 180 minus answer. So you get 139. So y is equals to 139. Okay, y equals to 139. So I can write down y equals to 139. And then, kalau sini 41, mana lagi 41? Sini juga 41 kan? Can you see the z? Here, 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 right? So here is also 41. Okay, maksudnya sekarang saya boleh cari x. Because this is a straight line. You just take 180 minus, dapatlah x. So what's 180 minus 51 minus 21 minus 41? So 180 minus 51 minus 41 minus 21. So that is the value of x, 67. Okay, because the straight line is 180, right? When you minus, you get 67. So the last step is you just take 139 minus 67 lah, because they want y minus x. So 139 minus answer. So 72. So that's the answer, B. Alright, next, number 9. In diagram 3, O is the center of circle, okay? PQRS is a trapezium, alright? PNS, SMR, RLQ, and PKQ are tangent to the circle. So tangent. So there is a 4 tangent lah, okay? Okay, calculate the perimeter of PQRS. Okay, you need to know something here. Kalau KQ is 4.31, LQ will be 4.31 also. Okay, why are they this? Why will they be the same? Do you remember you learned about circle, and there is one rule is like this, right? Kalau ada dua tangent, right? That if there's two tangent like this, and if they intersect at a point here, and then the tangent point tarik to center, the tangent point tarik to center, and if I tarik a line here, and let's say I call it x here, here will also be x, and if I call it y here, here also will be y, and you have to know x plus y equals to 90. Alright, and then 2x plus 2y equals to 180. I won't explain it anymore. Okay, if you forget it, just go study it yourself. Okay, just go tengok balik sendiri. And if you have any question, just ask me. Alright, okay. And another thing is I got mentioned like sini dengan sini dia akan sama panjang. Alright, so we can conclude that kalau ada dua tangent intersect at a point, the side here will be the same length, right? So, can you see the two tangent here? They intersect at Q. Maksudnya Q, K, Q, L sama panjang, right? Because this is the tangent point. So, from the intersection point to the tangent point, they will be the same length, right? That's why here is 4.31. So, can you see another two tangent here? Right? Maksudnya, this is the R, and then RL will be same length with RM. So, here will be 2.74 also. So the whole thing is 4.35. So can I find the balance here? Yes, I just take 4.35 minus 2.74. So you get 1.61. So you just write down 1.61 here. And mana lagi 1.61? Here also 1.61. Because can you see the two tangent intersect here? So the length here and the length here should be the same. So here is 7.34. Maksudnya here also 7.34. Alright? They will be the same length because it's like two tangent intersect at P. So from the tangent point to P is 7.34. From K, which is also another tangent point, to P should also be 7.34. Calculate perimeter of PQRS. So perimeter is just add all the how to say? Just add all the length lah. Okay, just add all the lengths. But don't add yang dalam. Dalam tak payah. Perimeter yang luar saja. So let's start from 7.34. 7.34 plus with 7.34 again. Okay, so I start here. So I'll bulletkan lah. So I remember where I start. So 7.34 plus 7.34 plus 4.31 plus 4.31 again. And then plus 2.74. Okay. Okay, when you plus 2.74, you plus here, right? So you can just take the whole thing lah, 4.35. So plus 4.35. And then plus with 1.61. Okay, and then that's all. I'll stop here lah. Because just now you start here, right? So tambah. Okay, that's all. Equals 32. So that is the answer. Right? Next. Okay, next is number 10. Which of the following real-life situation is not an example of isometric transformation? You need to know what is the meaning of isometric first. So what is isometric? Isometric means the object and image is same size, or you can also say that they are congruent. Alright, this is what it means. The object and image is same size ataupun congruent. So translate, you have 4 types of transformation: translation, reflection, rotation, enlargement. Which one of these is isometric? So isometric means the object and image is same size. So translate, when you do translation, will the size of the image change? Size tu akan berubah ke when you translate? No. What about reflection? Reflection akan tukar size ke? Before reflection and after reflection, are they the same size? Same size lah. So rotation also the same size. It means that this 3 is called isometric transformation. But enlargement is not isometric, because you know enlargement means the size akan berubah, because there is a scale factor, and your image is usually your image will end up bigger or end up smaller, right? So enlargement, the size will change. So enlargement, we call it a non-isometric transformation. Okay, non-isometric transformation. And if you look at the question, dia bukan nak cari yang mana isometric, dia nak cari yang mana bukan isometric. So which of the following is not isometric? So not isometric is enlargement. So if you look at A, B, C, D, the answer is D, because D is trying to tell, D is enlargement. A is actually translation. If you look carefully, all this all this rectangle is the same size. They are just put in different position, different position, but they are the same size. So this is actually translation. What about B? B is actually reflection. Can you see the reflection of the mountain in the river? Okay, so this is actually reflection, but reflection is when the image of reflection is still the same size. Okay, walaupun dia sudah terbalik lah, dia sudah is inverted, but it's still the same size. So reflection is isometric, because isometric means that object and image is same size. So it's same size lah. Yang C ni, okay, this one I think is just, it's nothing lah. I think it's just trying to tell you rotation. Okay, I think, yeah, because it's spinning, right? So it should be rotation, but you know rotation is isometric, right? And the soalan is asking which one is not isometric. So you should choose enlargement. Okay, because enlargement is the only transformation that will affect the size. Okay, that's all. Number 11. Which of the following scale factor of enlargement is a negative value? So you know that the scale factor means that you besarkan berapa kali ganda. Like for example, if you look here is 1, 2, 3. There's 3 petak sini. And here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So can you see that it's already get bigger? So it means that the scale factor will be, okay, let's assume this is the image and this is the object. So the scale factor will be length of image divide length of object. So it will be 6 divide 3. So it means that 2. It means that if the scale factor is 2, means you besarkan 2 kali ganda. Can you see? Originally it's only 3, and then when you besarkan, it's already 6. But what if I terbalikkan? What if I call this image and I call this object? Then would the scale factor, will it still be 2? No. Because the scale factor formula is length of image divided by length of object. So the length of image is not 6 over 3 anymore. It's 3 over 6. Because the length of image is only 3 and the length of object is 6. It means that your scale factor is 1 over 2. It means that if your scale factor is like this, is 2, then it means that it's besarkan. But if your scale factor is fraction, like 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 3 over 4, it means that your image is tengah kecilkan. Okay? It means that the image is getting smaller. But what they are asking is, which of the following is scale factor is negative? Okay, you remember this. If scale factor is negative, it means the image has to be inverted. It has to be inverted. What is inverted? Means upside down. It has to be terbalik. So A, B, C, D, which one is terbalik? C. And that would be the answer. Alright, please remember one thing, okay? Because a lot of students, they thought that, oh, scale factor negative means jadi kecil. Alright, it means the image jadi kecil. No. If scale factor negative means it's terbalik, bukannya jadi kecil. Okay, it means that the image is terbalik. Scale factor fraction, baru dia kecilkan. Okay, if your scale factor is fraction, then it means it's kecilkan. Okay, it means the image is getting smaller. Okay, so just remember, if scale factor negative, it means you choose the one yang terbalik. Okay, it means your image will be inverted. Number 12. Okay, I think it's too... Let me just adjust my camera a little bit so you can see it better. Number 12. Diagram 4 shows a sine graph with y equals sine px. Okay, if you got take at maths, this question should be very, very simple for you. It should be very easy for you if you got take at maths. Okay, because you do so many questions with me already. So, macam mana nak buat? So, the value here will tell you the number of cycle. The number in front here will tell you the amplitude. Ataupun the height lah, the tinggi. So, they give you a graph like this. So, given that P and Q, find value of P and Q. You already know it's a sine graph. Okay, itu sudah confirm dah because they already write for you. It's sine graph. But how many cycle? So how many cycle do you see? Okay, I'll tell you. Once this is how one cycle looks like. This is one cycle. Okay, this is how one cycle looks like. So can you tell me how many cycle can you see in the diagram? One. You don't tell me 1, 2, 3, 4. No, like this is one cycle. I already said this is one cycle. So it will be one cycle and then two cycle. Alright. So the P should be 2 lah. So the answer is automatically A already. Because if you look at B, C, D, tak ada pun yang P equals to 2. Like B is wrong, C is wrong, D. So the answer is A. Right? So remember, one cycle is like this. And here should be 360. So this is, we call it y equals sine x. And here will be 1, here will be negative 1. What if I want you to draw y equals sine 2x? So what will be y sine 2x? It means that sine 2 cycle lah. So 1 and then 2 cycle. Okay, what will be the angle here? Please jangan bagi tahu saya, oh, kalau one cycle 360, kalau two cycle 720 lah. There's no such thing tak ada macam tu. Two cycle pun dia masih dekat 360, alright? And here is still 1, here is still negative 1. Okay? Walaupun dia two cycle is still until 360 only, okay? Okay, what if I want you to draw y equals 2 sine x? Then how will you draw it? So it will be y-axis, x-axis. So you draw how many cycle? First of all, how many cycle you should draw? 1 only. Okay, 1 only. Yang ni lain tau. 2 sin x dengan sin 2x lain tau. Okay, it's different tau. It's not the same. So y equals sin 2x means you draw 2 cycle. But y equals 2 sin x, you draw 1 cycle only. It's just that the height is 2 and negative 2, the amplitude. So this is how you draw y equals 2, and here will be 360. And if you look at here, the height is 3 and negative 3. So it should be y equals 3 sine and 2x. Because it's the amplitude is 3 and the number of cycle, there's 2 cycle. Okay, 2 cycle until 360. So it means that Q is 3, P is 2. So Q is 3, P, so the answer is A. I hope none of you go and bulatkan D lah. Okay, D is definitely wrong. Okay, because D is terbalik already. If you write down D, it will be y equals 2 sine 3x. This is wrong already. Why? Because 2 sine 3x means there is 3 cycle and the amplitude is 2. Mana ada 3 cycle? Sini 2 cycle saja, alright? So, make sure you really know what the number in front here means and what the number in the back here means. Okay? So, here is the number of cycle, here is the amplitude. Alright, number 13. Diagram 5 shows a unit circle. Alright, there's a shortcut for soalan macam ni. When you see the word unit circle, just write down cos atas x coordinate and sine atas y coordinate. Okay, just do this. Okay, this is a shortcut. So but you can only use this shortcut. How to say? You can only use this method for unit circle when they say it's a unit circle. So after you write down cos atas x coordinate, sine atas y coordinate, then you will realize it's very easy actually. Okay, what about m? What's the coordinate for m? Okay, do you remember you learned in Earth as a sphere? Like if I give you this, the latitude is 40 degree north, and this is the center. And I want you to find out, and I tell you like this line is the diameter of Earth. Contoh, this is the diameter of Earth. What is the latitude of this? It's 40 degrees south, right? Right? Why is it 40 degrees south? Because it's the diameter, right? So if you look at this, it's also the same. Like km is a diameter. So now I want to ask you something. What is the coordinate for m? Maybe some of you will say, oh, it will be the same lah. Okay, yes, it will be the same value, but it will not be exactly the same. You cannot write 0.77, 0.63. Okay, actually it will be negative 0.7 and then negative 0.63. Okay, negative 0.7, negative 0.63. Okay, why couldn't tambah negative? Because the 0.7 is here. But now your m is, the x coordinate is here already. So it should be negative lah. Okay, and the y coordinate will be here. So of course it's negative. But the value stay the same. It's still 0.63, 0.77. It's just that you tambah negative. And remember, atas cos tulis, atas the x coordinate tulis cos, atas y coordinate tulis sine. Okay? because it's a unit circle. Alright, so just remember this shortcut and then find the value of sine theta minus cos theta. Sine theta minus cos theta. Okay, what is sine theta minus cos theta? First of all, look carefully. They want you to find sine theta minus cos theta. Bukannya sine alpha. This is alpha. I want theta. So what you're looking at this line here. So what sine theta? Negative 0.63. What is cos theta? Negative 0.77. So it will become what? Negative 0.63 minus is actually plus 0.77. So if you tekan this whole thing, you will get the answer. So negative 0.63 plus 0.77. So the answer is 0.14. So the answer is A. Right? So yeah, that is how you do it. Okay, but let me tambah sikit explanation for this question. Okay, I know a lot of students, they struggle with this kind of question, right? Because they don't know, maybe they know this method, but they don't have the confidence to use this method during the exam, right? They just know about it, but they are not 100% confident. They takut salah. So what they do is they use the cara lain lah. Okay, if you use the cara lain, you will get the same answer also. But I hope this video, after watching this video, it will give you some confidence. Okay, so like you realize that, oh, rupa-rupanya ada boleh buat macam tu. Okay, and actually doing like this is so much faster, right? Of course, you can do it slowly also. So how to do it slowly? You can also do it like, oh, sine alpha equals to opposite over hypotenuse, and then you look at the opposite. Oh, opposite is the tinggi, and then you write 0.63, and the hypotenuse, oh, the radius is 1, so 1, and then you tekan shift sine 0.63, and then you get blah 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 39 point something, okay, whatever, and then you change to, oh, ini quadrant 3, and then tambah 180, and then what, okay, like can also, okay, can also, but makan masa lah, right? You will get the same answer also, believe me. Okay, so just remember, just do it like this. Okay, how to do it? Just remember, bila you nampak saja perkataan unit circle, just write down cos. For the x coordinate, you write down cos. For the y coordinate, you write down sine. Itu saja. Okay, I don't want to use too much time on this lah. Okay, so let's just continue. Let's just move on for number 14 here. 14 is quite simple. So diagram 6 shows a basketball player is at a free throw line, which is 15 feet away. Okay, dia tak guna cm tau, dia guna feet. But it doesn't make any difference one. You just do the same thing, okay? So, 15 feet away from the center of the basket rim. Okay, so this is the basket rim. So obviously he's looking up lah. He's looking up. Okay, he's looking up to the basket rim. The basket rim and the eye of the player are 10 feet and 6 feet. They already label nicely for you everything. See? So you don't even need to label anymore. They already label nicely for you. And then they say the basket rim and the eye are 10 feet and 6 feet above the horizontal floor. So they already label for you. Calculate the angle of elevation. Of the center of rim from the player's eye. So angle of elevation. So macam mana nak buat? You need to draw a right angle triangle. Betul? Remember when you learn this chapter, angle of elevation and depression, you have to cari right angle triangle. I can already see the right angle. Okay? The right angle is here, 90. And the length here is 15. And what about the height here? It will be 4. Okay, how I know it's 4? Because they say here is 6. Maksudnya sini 6 lah. Maksudnya 10 minus 6, so sini 4 lah. That's why here is 4, here is 15. And this will be the angle of elevation. Okay, angle of elevation means looking up. Okay, when you look up. So, from the player's eyes, right? Look up from the player's eyes. So, from the player's eyes, look up to the angle. So, this is the angle. So, how to find? You use tangent because opposite adjacent, right? Soka tua, right? So, angle opposite, we call it O, 90 opposite, we call it H, and then this one we call it A. So, now we have O and A, we should use tangent. So, tangent theta equals to 4 over 15. And you just tekan shift tangent 4 over 15 in your calculator. So, shift tangent 4 over 15. So the answer should be 14 point blah blah blah. Okay, answer is A, right? So that's how you do it. If you still don't know how to use the sine cos tangent, you need to start. You need to really master it. Okay, you need to work hard. Okay, because this is very basic. Okay, and kalau you tak pandai benda ni if you tak kuasai benda ni, later you rugi because paper 2 also it will use this a lot. Okay, the Pythagoras theorem and the Soka tua. Okay. Like number 15 also, you will use this also, the sine cos tangent, alright? And I know a lot of weak students they, I don't know, like they maybe for them it will be okay, it will be susah, but Trust me, do more exercise. Okay, if you do more exercise, it will get better. Okay, because when you do the past year, not the past year, the percubaan, the percubaan, you will realize like the more you do it, the better you will get. Okay, because the soalan is just repeating, just ulang saja. Okay, they're just repeating the same question. Okay, so let's continue. Number 15. Diagram 7 shows a wheelchair ramp built for disabled people. So it's like for wheelchair lah. Okay, so untuk orang yang guna wheelchair. So you push the person up like this. Okay, they give you the angle here is 4.76 and the distance, the horizontal distance 120. So and they also give you the height, which is h. So here should be h also. Okay, a wheelchair ramp is safe to use by disabled people if theta is 4.76. Okay, Eiling succeed to do so. Find the vertical height. It means find the h lah. So what you do? You use the tangent also. Can you see it? This is a 90 degree. Okay, I'll draw it out in case you can't see it. This is the angle 4.76. This is the 120, and this is the height. And what you do? Angle opposite, I call it O. And then 90 degree opposite, I call it the H, the hypotenuse. And then the last one, I call it the adjacent. So now you want to find the opposite and they give you adjacent. So you should use tangent. So right, tangent. So tangent 4.76 equals to H over 120. So the H will be tangent 4.76 times 120. So that's the answer. 9.9923. Okay, so A, B, C, D, which one? Okay, should be C, right? 9.992. Yep, 9.992. Alright. So let's continue here. Number 16. Number 16. Okay, what is it? Diagram 8 is a net of solid. Given O is the center and S is the center of sector. The circle is the base of solid. Oh, okay. So this is a circle, this is a sector. Name the angle between inclined curved plane and the horizontal plane of the solid. Okay, this is actually a cone. This is actually a cone. Okay, but if you how to say, if you deconstruct the cone, it means if you change it to 2D in a 2D shape, then it will look like this, right? And obviously this is because they say name the angle between inclined curved plane. So the incline, this is the inclined curved plane. Okay, because when you sambungkan, this is the inclined part, and then the horizontal plane is the circle. This is the horizontal. It means here, this is the horizontal one. Okay, so what you want to find is name the angle between the inclined curved plane and horizontal plane. So the angle should be here, here, here lah. This is the angle of. This should be the angle, right? Name the angle between inclined curve and horizontal plane. Yeah lah, here lah. This is the inclined. This is the horizontal. So this is the angle. This is the answer. So A, B, C, D. Which one is your answer? So the answer would be C. Why is it C? Because I know that this is S. Alright, so it means that your answer can be S and then any point on the arc, on the arc. It can be P, it can be Q, it can be R. So it can be SPO ataupun SQO ataupun SRO because the center is O here. So actually the answer can be SPO, SQO, so SPO or SQO or SRO. But if you look at ABCD, tak ada SPO and tak ada SRO. That's why the answer is C. Alright. Actually, it's quite simple this question. Okay, nothing much to explain here. Alright, you just need to imagine it. Okay, let's continue. Number 17. Diagram 9 shows the location of 3 points. Okay, you need a ruler for this. Where's this bearing? So diagram 9 shows the location of 3 points GHJ. Point G lies due north of H. So what does this mean? G lies north of H. Maksudnya, where is the north? Where is the north of H? So the north will be pointing towards G. So let's draw a line here. So like this. This is the north. Ini maksudnya G lies due north of H. It means G berada di utara H. G is at the north of H. Ini maksudnya. It means that where is the north of G? It will face toward the same direction also. What about the J? The J also, the north will be facing the same direction. But I want to try to make it as parallel. So what I will do is I will put my ruler like this, and then I will try to move it slowly to the J, and draw north also. Okay, and I will draw the north. Okay, it means I try my best to make it parallel. And then draw a cross at all points. Cross, okay, like this. Draw a cross and draw a cross. And try to make it 90 degree lah, okay? Okay, you don't have to measure lah using protractor, but try your best to make it like really look like 90 degree. Okay, find the bearing of G from J. Apa maksudnya G from J? Dari J. So mana J? Sinilah J. And you need to pusing sampai G tau. But you jangan pusing macam ni tau. Remember, bearing mesti clockwise. Okay, mesti ikut arah jam. So you have to put pusing here. So pusing. But you don't stop here tau. This is only until H only. So you cannot stop here. Because they say G from J. So you pusing sampai jumpa G. So which one is G? Sini sini baru G. It means that you pusing sampai this line here. Okay, this line is G because here is G. So macam mana nak cari angle sini? So I know here until here is 90, here until here is 90. So 180 tambah dengan angle sini. Angle sini saya tak tahu, saya panggil dia X, and then tambah dengan 33. Let me repeat again. 180 plus X plus 33. Okay, but sekarang kita tak ada X, so let's find X. Can you see that a Z shape here? Z. So sini X. Because if there's Z, the angle here and the angle here is the same. But can I find this angle? Yes. Because one circle is 360. When you take 360 minus 315, dapatlah X. So 360 minus 315 is 45. So if X is 45, the X here also 45. So what will be the answer? 180 plus 45 plus 33. So 180 plus 45 plus 33. Answer is C. Right, 258. Okay, so the next question is number 18. So number 18, they say diagram 10 shows a Malaysian map with longitude and latitude. So based on this Malaysian map, find possible location of Kuala Lumpur. So you know Kuala Lumpur is here. Okay, so this is actually a map. So how can I find the location of Kuala Lumpur? Okay, usually if I give you like a x-axis and a y-axis, and let's say I want you to find the coordinate of this point here. Usually macam mana you baca? You baca x-axis dulu kan, and then baru you baca the y-axis, right? And cara you tulis is you tulis the x coordinate first, baru you tulis the y coordinate. But in Earth as a sphere, it's terbalik tau. Okay, you cannot baca like down first. You kena baca sini dulu. Okay, so let's use a ruler here. Maksudnya you kena baca sini dulu, alright, and then baru baca ke bawah. Macam tu. Okay, because you need to read the latitude first. Okay, the latitude first and then baru the longitude. So you have to baca here first. So sini macam mana nak baca? Okay, can you see that here is somewhere around 0 degree north to 5 degree north. So it's like should be like 2 degree, 3 degrees, somewhere around there lah. Okay, but you know the answer cannot be C and D, right? If you look at C and D, it's already like 5.42, 5.98. Wow, this one is already up here already. So how can that be the answer? So C and D confirm wrong already lah. So it's either A or B. But I think it should be. But if you agak-agak tengok, it should be B actually. Because if you look carefully here, how can this be 1.49? You faham maksud saya? Because here is 0, here is 5. So let's try to measure like how many cm. So it's like 2.5 cm. It means satu kotak lah. From here it's like 2.5 cm. And like in the middle, it should, if you take your calculator and take 2.5 divide 2, okay, I'm trying to prove you, okay, I'm trying to prove you why is it, yeah, okay, so 1.25, it means that 1.25 is the exactly tengah-tengah, so 1.25, okay, lebih kurang sini lah, right, so here is the tengah-tengah, here is the tengah-tengah, and I want you to imagine, if here is the tengah-tengah, then here it should be 2.5 north, agree, because 0 and 5, the tengah-tengah should be 2.5. But look at Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is higher than 2.5 north a bit. So so it means it cannot be 1.49 because 1.49 means that is like lebih kurang here, right? And this is obviously here already. So the answer should be B. And if you look at the longitude, it actually makes sense also. Because if you tengok longitude here is 100 east, here is 105 east. So actually in the middle is like, you don't even need to measure. It's like around here lah. So here should be like 100 and 105. What's the midpoint? 100 plus 105 and then divide 2. To find out what is the tengah-tengah lah. So 102.5. So it means that your longitude should be in between 100 and 102.5. So it's B lah. It cannot be A because look at the longitude of A. It's like 103 already. So it's, if you bulat A, it means that it would be like somewhere here already. So it's wrong lah. This one is wrong. So the correct answer is B. Number 19. Okay, I think this one no problem lah. 19 is quite simple. Okay, unless you don't know how to expand this lah. Okay, but if kalau masih ada, okay, there's masih ada 10 days SPM and you still don't know how to expand this, then then means sangat teruk already. Okay, so macam mana? Senang saja kan? So 2x square darab masuk 2x square, and then times negative 9 is negative 18 equals to not equals, minus the 3x plus 1 square. You can expand. How to expand? Please don't tell me, oh, 3x plus 1 square, okay, it's 9x square plus 1. No, this is wrong. When you expand, you have to take depan square, and then you have to take depan darab belakang darab 2. So 3x times 1 is 3x, times 2 is 6x. And then belakang square is plus 1, like this. This is how you expand it. And then the bracket need to write. If you tak tulis bracket, salah. Okay, because why? Because the negative, when you buka the bracket, dia akan jadi negative 3x square, and then the plus will become minus. The plus here also will become minus, like this. Alright? Yang ada x square boleh buat dengan yang ada x square. So 2x square minus 3x square is negative x square. Okay, jap. Okay, sorry. Let me erase and do it again. So 2x square, 2x square minus 18. So when you expand, you kena ambil depan square dulu kan. So it means you are taking 3x square. So it's actually 9x square. Sorry, I tersilap tulis. I go and write 3x square. Okay, so it should be 3x square. So square depan is 3x square. So it's like 9x square. And then ambil depan darab belakang darab 2. So depan darab belakang 3x times 1 is 3x, times 2 is 6x. And then the last step is just take belakang square. So it's like plus 1 here. So it'll be 2x square minus 18 minus 9x square minus 6x minus 1. Because the negative, the plus will change to minus because of the negative here. That's why the bracket is important. Okay, so what is 2x square minus 9x square? Negative 7x square. What is negative 6x? Just tulis saja lah. And negative 18 minus 1 is negative 19. So the answer should be A. Alright, okay, it should be easy lah, this one. Okay, it should be very simple. So let's continue. Number 20. Express 5x over q plus n. Kalau saya akan terus jadi times. Okay, saya akan terus tukar jadi times. And then when I times, I will terbalikkan. So it become n square minus q square atas. And then bawah is like xmn plus xy. Because terbalikkan already, right? So as a single fraction in a simplest form. So what you do, okay, I know you can darab, right? I know you can darab. But before you darab, you can actually potong. Okay, you can actually factorize. It means you can factorize. And then after factorize, you can potong. So how to factorize? Okay, the 5x, you cannot factorize anything. Q plus n, you cannot factorize anything. But the n square minus q square, you can factorize. It will become n minus q, n plus q. Alright? This is very basic. Okay, so I won't explain it anymore. Okay, so yang bawah sini, xmn plus xy, you can also factorize. You can also take out x. So xmn take out is mn, xy take out x is y. And can you see you can potong q plus n and n plus q, they are the same. Same lah, sama lah, q plus n and n plus q. And then the x here outside, x here and the x here can also potong. So tinggal dengan apa? Atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. So atas darab atas, so 5 bracket n minus q. Bawah mn plus y. Ini jawapan dia. So A, B, C, D. D. No, not D, not D. C, C. Okay, be careful, not D. Okay, D nampak macam jawapan, but why D is not the answer? Because if you look at D, the bawah sini is mn plus xy. But bawah should only be mn plus y. So C is the correct answer. Next, 21. 9r plus 2k square equals to 18r. Express k in terms of r. Maksudnya cari k lah. Okay, this is just pindah sajalah. Pindah macam biasa. So 2k square. So what's 18r minus 9r? So it's 9r. So what's k square? 9 over 2r lah, like this. Okay, bagi 2, right? So what is square pindah jadi square root. So it becomes square root 9 over 2r. But if you look at A, B, C, D, tak ada square root 9 over 2r. Okay, please don't go and bulatkan C. Ini lain lah. Ini 9 square root r over 2. Yang ni square root 9 over 2r. Yang square root ni siapa dapat? Semua dapat. 9 pun ada square root, 2 pun ada square root, r pun ada square root. So this is wrong. Because if you look at this, it's only r and 2 saja yang dapat square root. But the correct one is should be semua dapat square root. So it should be, so the k should be square root 9 over square root 2 over square root r. Macam ni. Means semua dapat square root 2. Okay, so kalau tak ada jawapan, tak apalah. We keep simplify. Until we jumpa the jawapan. So what is k? Okay, square root 9 is 3. Okay, square root 2 memang tak boleh square root. So just write square root 2 lah. Square root r, Tak boleh square root. So just write square root R. So now we check again. Ada tak jawapan sekarang? Okay, sebenarnya ada. I can already see it. The answer is A. Okay, why the answer is A? Because these are 3 over square root 2 square root R. You can also write it like this. 3 square root R over square root 2. Okay, and can you see that they R and 2 they both have square root? It means that you can kongsi satu square root macam tu. Macam ni. So it's the same lah, same with A lah. Right? So the answer is A. Okay, 22. Okay, I need to erase this lah. Okay, you can pause the video if you want. Okay, you can pause. Okay, if you want to silent this thing, but I already erased, then pause lah. Just rewind and then pause it. Okay, 22. Simplify p power 4 times. Okay, can you see they put a bracket here? If they put a bracket here means that semua benda dalam kurungan ni has to power 1 over 4. Itu maksudnya. It means 16 also power 1 over 4. And then p also power 8 power 1 over 4. Macam ni. Okay, because it's like bracket power 1 over 4. So everything inside the bracket semua kena power 1 over 4. Okay, and then over q power negative 3. So what will happen is p power 4, yang bawah is q power negative 3. Okay, what's 16 power 1 over 4 is actually 2. Okay, you can use your calculator one. Okay, so I'll prove to you lah. 16 power 1 over 4. So you'll get 2, right? So yeah. So 2 times with, okay, what's p power 8 power 1 over 4? It's actually p power 2. Because you know that if the power is like side by side like this, you can darab. So 8 times 1 over 4 is 2. Okay, p dengan p boleh buat. So what is p power 4 times p power 2? P power 6. Okay, remember kalau base sama darab, the power we have to plus. And then the 2, you can tulis depan like this. And then over q power negative 3. But if you look at ABCD, sebenarnya tak ada jawapan ni. You tak ada 2p6 over q negative 3. Tak ada pun. It means that you have to try to make the q pindah atas. Because tak ada fraction tau. In ABCD in all the answers tak ada fraction. So macam mana nak jadikan supaya tak ada fraction? Means you have to naikkan the q power negative 3. So bila you naikkan, base dia akan tetap sama, but the power akan tukar tanda. So the negative 3 become 3. So the answer is B. Okay, B, boy. Okay, 2p6, q3. Okay, that's the answer. 23. 1, 2 over 3 times 3, 6 over 7 power negative 1. So what you do? I will always change to improper fraction. Like I hate when the fraction they write like this. So I will change to improper. How to change? Darab tambah. So you become 5 over 3. Same thing here. Darab tambah. I think it's 27 over 7. And then I will just tekan 5 over 3 times 5 over 3 times 27 over 7. And then I will change it to fraction. Okay, not this fraction. Improper fraction. Like this. So it will become 45 over 7 power negative 1. So what's 45 over 7 power negative 1? Okay, masih ingat tak just now when I say this thing, I said the q power negative 3 you boleh naikkan, right? You boleh, how to say, you boleh terbalikkan. But when you terbalikkan, base dia akan tetap sama, cuma kuasa saja yang berubah tanda. Same thing here lah. The 45 over 7 you can actually terbalikkan jadi 7 over 45. But the power akan berubah tanda. So negative 1 will become power 1. So power 1 sebenarnya tak tulis pun tak apa. So the answer is 7 over 45. So the answer is B. Okay, of course you want to tekan everything into the calculator can also. Okay, but when you tekan everything into the calculator, you also need to know how to tekan. Okay, sebab tekan calculator ni ada skill juga. Okay, so macam mana you tekan? So you tekan 5 over 3 times 27 over 7. Okay, equals, and then answer power negative 1. You'll get the same answer one, believe me. Okay, like this. And then you tekan the ABC. See, it's the same, right? 7 over 45. Okay, sama saja. Alright, let's continue. 24. Diagram 11 shows a logo formed by 5 identical. What's identical? Means same. They are exactly the same. Regular. What's regular? Same length. Pentagon with side 7. So 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Semua 7 lah. 7, 7, 7, 7. Because they are regular. Okay, it's regular and identical. So all 7. So calculate perimeter of the logo. So if you want to find perimeter, you ambil semua line tambah lah. So 7 plus 7 plus 7. Okay, berapa kali tambah 7? So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 7. It means 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 17. So 17 times 7 lah. So the answer is 119. So the answer is D. Alright. Okay, what would be the angle here? What would be the angle here? Okay, I know the soalan tak tanya pun angle, but if I want to ask you, can you find the angle here? Yes, the angle will be 108. Okay, 108. I already explained just now. Okay, how macam mana saya tahu it's 108? You use the formula n minus 2 darab 180. So what is the n? 5, right? Because there's 5 sides. Pentagon has 5 sides. So 5 minus 2 is 3. And then times 180 is 540. The 540 is the sum of interior angles. So what you can do is you can divide by 5. Okay? Kenapa boleh bahagi 5? Sebab dia regular. Because they are all equal. Maksudnya you bahagi 5 to get each side. So that's why it's 108, 108, 108. Okay? But kalau dia not regular, then you tak boleh bahagi lah. Okay? Like, let's say dia tak sama panjang. Like, one side longer, one side maybe like this. 1, 2, 3. Maybe like this. Then you cannot tell me it's all 108. Then lain lah. Okay? But the sum of interior angle will still be 540. It's just that the angle will not be equal lah. Okay? It will not be 108, 108, 108. Okay? But the sum of all 5 angles will still be 540. Okay? But since they say it's regular, that's why I can divide by 5. Okay, but let's not waste too much time lah. Okay, because this one soalan tak tanya pun. Okay, I just want to test you only. Okay, now 25. Which of the following graph represent this thing here? Okay, first of all, I know it's not C and D because when you expand this thing, x plus 5, x minus 3. When you expand this, you'll get what? Y equals to x squared. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Can you see that when you expand it, you will get x squared plus 2x minus 15. And you can see the a is positive, right? You learn this in graph or function, right? When the a is positive, the graph, when you draw, it should be a U shape. So that's why I say it's not C and D. It's either A or B. So A ke B, jawapan dia yang mana? Okay, what is the beza? Apa beza jawapan A dengan jawapan B? They both have the same y-intercept, right? The y-intercept for both A and B is negative 15. So, y-intercept dia negative 15. So, apa bezanya? Okay, bezanya bukan y-intercept. Bezanya is at the x-intercept. Because for this, the x-intercept is negative 5 and 3. But for this, the x-intercept is negative 3 and 5. And how can I find whether which is the correct answer, right? Like, what is my x-intercept? So, you already know how to find x-intercept. Just take the full equation and do when y equals 0. Betul? Remember, x-intercept, just do y equals 0. So 0 equals to x plus 5, x minus 3. So it means what? X equals to negative 5, x equals to 3. Okay? You already learned this, right? In factorization. When you factorize, you get 2 bracket equals to 0. You can take the first bracket equals 0 and then the second bracket equals 0 and then you sambung. So maksudnya x is negative 5, x is 3 lah. So the answer should be B, not A. Okay? Because the x-intercept should be negative 5 and 3. Alright, that's all. Next, number 26. Diagram 12 shows a number line. Which of the following simultaneous inequality is the solution of the number line? So if you look at this number line, the number is what? Negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, negative 2 is not included because dia tak ada dot. Maksudnya, your x is like this. Bigger than negative 2 but smaller than equal 4. Macam ni. Oh, tak nampak. Okay, let me write. Okay, let me write it here lah. Okay, so it should be x, it should be bigger than negative 2 but smaller than equal 4, like this. It means that the answer should be negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, why is it like this? Why is the negative 2 not included? Because there is no dot here. Okay, if there is a dot like this, then it means included. Maksudnya x is bigger than negative 2. So maksudnya negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4 is included because 4 dia ada dot dekat sini. Alright, so this will be the answer. This will be the solution. Alright, so they say which of the following has the same solution of this? Okay, a lot of you I don't know when you do paper 1 like macam mana you buat. But I feel like some of you when you all do paper 1 you all tak tengok benda ni tau. Alright, you all just tengok sini saja and then you try to do. And then just wait for the answer to come out. Okay, but try to do it when you do paper 1. Try to do it while looking at the choice, while looking at your option lah. Because you know A, B, C, D. Walaupun you don't know which one is the correct answer, but you know one of these is the correct answer. So try to do it while looking at the answer. Okay, and if you cannot do it, then try do it in reverse. You faham maksud saya? It means try using the answer to get to get back to the question. You faham maksud saya? Instead of starting from the question to get the answer, you start from the answer to get back to the question. Okay, like for example, this question, what you need to do is you have to try one by one, A, B, C, D, and see which one you will get, which one of these will get you this same exact value, right? Okay, so for A, let's try one by one. -2 smaller than 4x plus 6. And then there's another inequality here, 3x smaller than -x plus 16. So just do it lah. So the 4x akan pindah to the other side jadi -4x. -2 pindah jadi +2. 6 plus 2 is 8. So x akan jadi 8 divide -4. What's 8 divide -4? -2. And don't forget the smaller I have to change to bigger. Why I need to change the symbol? Because when you divide negative, you memang kena tukar. So what is bigger than -2? So -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, banyaknya. So bila you nak stop? When you want to stop? There's so many numbers. -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So many numbers. So macam mana? Bila you mau stop? Okay. Sabar lah, you belum siap lagi. Okay, you do this one, you do the other one, and then after you do the other one, then you will know bila masa nak stop. Okay, so do the other one. 3x plus x is 4x, 16. So x 4. Oh, sekarang you sudah tahu lah bila mau stop. So bila mau stop? -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yes, you stop at 3 because you already know x has to be bigger than -2 but smaller than 4. So it's -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 only. And 4 and -2 is not included because dia tak ada line 2. Kalau ada line 2 means included. So this is the value. So maksudnya is A your answer? No, because I already said that you need to get this as your answer. -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So A is not the answer because you know the answer for A is -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So A is not your answer. Let's try with B. So B will also not be your answer. You know why? Can you see B and A, they are the same? Like lebih kurang the same. Okay, can you see this is -2? It's just that the difference is dia ada line dekat bawah kali ni. So kalau dia ada line dekat bawah kali ni, it means that when you do B okay, if you're lazy if you're malas like me you can just tambah a line here, tambah a line here, tambah a line here. It means that what is your x? It means -2 is included, and then -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, what about yang belakang sini? Can you see yang belakang sini is exactly the same with A? So I can just, okay, tak payah padam lah. It's just that -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is not included because dia tak ada line dekat bawah. So this will be the answer for B. So this is also wrong lah because I already said you need to get -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bukan, it needs to be exactly like this, the same. So B is not your answer because B, the other -2. So B is not the answer. Okay, let's try with C. And I'm lazy. Okay, I won't do it again. I will just tiru saja yang saya sudah ada. So can you see C is like -2, 4x plus 6. But dia tak ada line 2. So just padam, and then just padam the line lah. So it will be like this. Alright, so it means the value will be bigger than -2. So what's bigger than -2? -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, ada banyak. Tapi bila masa you mau stop? Okay, you tengok yang belakang ni. If you tengok belakang ni, they will tell you bila masa nak stop. So belakang ni dia ada like smaller and then ada satu line sini. So tambah line lah. So bila mau stop? 4 sampai 4. Okay, sampai 4. But kali ni 4 is included because dia ada line dekat sini. So -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it the same with what I write here? Yes. Exactly the same. So the answer is C lah. Okay, the answer is C. 27. 3x minus 2 smaller than 8. So boleh cari x. So what is x? Minus 2 jadi plus 2. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So x is 10 over 3. Siap. What about this? 5y12. Apa maksud? It means that the y is in between 5 and 12. Okay, what number is in between 5 and 12? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, why I include the 12? Because the other lines ni. Why I don't include the 5? Because tak ada line. That's why 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 only. So these are the value of y. And then they say what? These two, okay, are simultaneous linear inequality where x and y are integers. Integers means what? Whole number. And then they say find maximum value of y minus x. Okay, first of all, what is x smaller than 10 over 3? What is smaller than 10 over 3? Because you know, if you tekan calculator, when you tekan 10 divide 3, it's actually like 3.33, right? But they already say that x and y should be integer. What is integer? It means no decimal point, no fraction, and all that. It means that the number should be a whole number. It means that it cannot be 3.33. So it can be 3, 2, 1, 0, -1. Wow, so many. Okay, a lot of number lah. Smaller than, just make sure it's smaller than 3 lah. Smaller than 3.33. Okay. Okay, 4, kenapa tak boleh 4? Okay, sebab dia sudah bagi tahu lah, smaller than, alright, smaller than 3.33. So why you include the 4? So the closest integer that is smaller than 3.33 is 3. So it's like 3, 2, 1 and so on lah. Okay, find the maximum value of y minus x. How to find y minus x? There is so many y and there is so many possibility for x. Macam mana nak buat? You nak ambil 6 minus 3 ke? You nak ambil 9 minus 2 ke? Nak ambil 11 minus 0 ke? Nak ambil 12 minus 3 ke? There's so many, right? Because y, these are all possible values of y. And these are all possible value of x. So you can take anything minus anything. And you will all get different answer. Like for example, if you take 6 minus 3, and then you take 8 minus 3, you will get different answer. Right? So which one is the correct one? Okay, you kena baca soalan lah. Find the maximum maximum. So you have to take the maximum one lah. So what's the maximum value of y? 12 lah. What's the maximum value of x? 3 lah. Okay, because the number just keep getting smaller one. So the maximum value should be 3. So 12 minus 3 is 9. So the answer will be C. Okay, so ini cara dia. 28. Table 2 shows the cumulative frequency for the t-shirt size student in the class. Okay, they always like to ask this thing one, cumulative frequency table. Okay, so please make sure you really know how to do it. Okay, so betul, percaya saya. Okay, believe me, because I already do all the question here by myself. I already finished the whole set. Okay, by myself, all the paper 1, and they all, like almost every state paper 1, they ask this thing, the cumulative frequency. Okay, and please make sure you really know how to do it. So the first column I will do is for the size, and then the second column I will do it for frequency, and then the last column is cumulative. Okay, so the cumulative is 2, 18, 28, 33, 36, and then for the size is like S, M, L, and then XL, and then XXL. And then they say what? A number of t-shirt of new student are added to the data. The new mode of the t-shirt is L. Determine minimum number of new student. So kenapa saya kosongkan satu column sini? To write the frequency lah. Okay, to write the frequency. Because the cumulative frequency the cumulative frequency cannot tell you anything. You need to have the frequency. So cumulative frequency means what? It means they already tambah for you. So if you want to cari balik the frequency, you need to tolak lah. So the first one will be 2 here. And then the next one will be 18 minus 2, which is 16. And then the next one will be 28 minus 18. So it will be 10. Next one will be 33 minus 28, which is 5. 36 minus 33 is 5, like this. Okay, and you can double check. When you take 2, and then 2 plus 16, you will get 18. And then 18 plus 10, and so on lah. Okay, so please make sure you know how to tukar the information from cumulative frequency to frequency. Okay, because I know not all students know how to do this. Okay, like they will do something like, I don't know what they do lah. Maybe they will take 16 minus 2, or they will take like 10 minus 18, or I don't know what they do lah. Okay, but this is the correct way. This is how you do it. Okay, so please make sure you know how, because this question will come out every state, in every state paper 1. Okay, if you tak percaya, you can keep watching my video. Like for the next state, you will see me explain the same thing again and again. Okay, just repeating the same thing. Okay, because they always ask. Okay, the number of t-shirt of new student are added. Oh, rupa-rupanya sekarang saya nak tambah a few t-shirt. Okay, just tambah X. But the X here, they are the same size, right? It's either size S, size M, size L, size XL, XXL. And then it say, the new mode of the t-shirt size is L. Determine minimum number of the new student. Maksudnya, the size of the t-shirt that you tambah is L lah. Because if you look at the data here, what is the mode? The mode is M, right? Because the highest frequency one is the size M t-shirt. But now they say after tambah a few t-shirt inside, the mode is L. Maksudnya, you tambah the L size t-shirt lah. And then they say determine the minimum number of the new student. Means determine minimum number of the L size t-shirt add inside lah. So it should be 7. Because if you take 10 plus 7 here, you get 17. And then when you and if you really tambah 7 here, then the new mode becomes L already. Alright. So the minimum number should be 7. Okay, why not 6? Okay, if you write 6 here, it will become 16 here. And then the mode will not be L. The mode will be L and M. But they say that the new mode is L. Maksudnya, it means that the minimum number should be 7 lah. Okay, it means that you have to make L the highest frequency. So you have to at least tambah 7 here. So that's the answer. Okay, number 29. Oh, your 29 is so simple. This one's so easy. Okay, table 3 shows the result of competition score. So the answer is D. Okay, the answer is D. Okay, it's just that simple. Okay, why? Why is it D? So table 3 shows the results of a competition, and then they say score 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one is frequency times score. Hey, I want to ask you, if this one is frequency times score, then M should be 0 lah, because the score is 0. And you know anything times 0 should be 0. Okay, biarlah frequency tu nak jadi apa, like it's okay one, but I know the M should be 0, and if you look at A, B, C, D, D saja. So that's the answer. Alright, that is why I said, like, some student I know, not all of you lah, I know, but I know some of you you all like to, how to say, like, it's like when you do the question it's like you don't see this thing. Okay, like you ini macam mana you buat, like you just read like this and then you do it. Okay, can also, boleh juga. Okay, but sometimes it will be so much faster if you just look at the answer. Okay, like this one. Okay, I didn't even read the question. I didn't even baca the 55 blah blah blah. I didn't even do all that, and I already get the answer. Okay, so let's continue. Number 30. Alright. So when you buat soalan, don't just look at the question, look at the answer also. Especially paper 1. Okay, if paper 2 cannot lah, because paper 2 you don't have choice, right? Like you have to do it. But in paper 1 you ada pilihan. So just sometimes look at the answer. Okay, like when I do it, I always look at the answer. Okay, bila saya buat paper 1, I always look at the answer. Always. Okay, I always constantly check my answer with the answer here. Okay, because it will be much more easier. Okay, you can save a lot of time. Okay, number 30, diagram 13 is a pie chart. But this pie chart is like in percentage style. You see, like 7%, 30%, 12%, 8%, 18%. So for the personal loan, how many percent? Just take 100 minus everything lah. Walaupun soalan tak suruh cari, but I will still cari. Okay, so 100 minus 30 minus 7 minus 12 minus 8 minus 18. So the answer is 25%. So just write 25% here. Okay, and then they say what? In April, Adam wants to increase 5% from his income as saving by reducing his expense on entertainment. Oh, entertainment minus 5%. And then savings tambah 5%. Maksudnya the saving becomes 13%, and then for the entertainment it becomes 7% because minus 5 already. And then calculate Adam's expenses on entertainment if total is 3,500. Okay, total is 3,500. Maksudnya apa? Maksudnya 100% lah. 100% is for 3,500. Ini maksud dia. Okay, 100% total mah. Okay, total means 3,500 lah. But what if they are using angle? What if they are using like in degree? Like for example, 180 degree, 7 degree, 8 degree macam tu. Okay, if like this means the total will be 360 lah. Okay, because one circle is 360. But since they are using percentage, so the total should be 100. Alright? And then they say calculate Adam's expenses on entertainment. Okay, the entertainment is 7%. Okay? Okay, at first it's 12% lah, but after reducing it's 7%. So I want to ask you, if 100% is 3,500, then 7% berapa? Think. Macam mana? 100% 3,500. So kalau 7% berapa? Macam mana nak cari value di sini? First you cari 1% berapa dulu lah. Because if 100% is 3,500, berapa 1%? You just say 3,500 divide 100. It means that 1% is actually 35. Agree? Because you take 3,500 divide 100. Okay? Maksudnya kalau 100% is for 3,500. So kalau 1% means you bahagi 100. So it's 35. Then 7% macam mana? Times 7 lah. Because 1% is 35. So kalau 7% means 35 times 7. So the answer is A, 245. Alright. Next is number 21. Diagram 14 shows an ogive of a group of students' weight. So they give you this thing here. Hey, I want to ask you, this number, what is this? What is all this? 29.5, 34.5. Hey, what are these? This is the upper boundary. Remember when you draw the ogive, the x-axis will be the upper boundary. Okay, the upper boundary, and the here will be the cumulative frequency. Okay, so these are all the upper boundaries. So I can actually draw a table and write down the upper boundary and write down the class and also write down the frequency and also write down the cumulative frequency. Okay. what is the upper boundary? Okay, 29.5, 34.5, 39.5, 44.5, 49.5, 54.5, and then the last one is 59.5. Okay, what would be the class? Okay, the class double, leave it first. What would be the frequency? Okay, this is not the frequency. Hello, this is the cumulative. So the cumulative is what? 0, 5, 20, 40, 55, 58, 60. Can you see, like when I draw the table, I always make sure it's in the correct order, right? It's always class, frequency, cumulative. Okay, sebab you have the class and frequency has to be side by side. Okay, macam ni. Alright, so tadi sudah ajarkan macam mana nak tukar from cumulative frequency to frequency, right? I already said cumulative frequency means they already tambah for you, and now you want to cari balik frequency means you have to minus. So 5 minus 0 is 5, 20 minus 5 is 15, 40 minus 20 is 20, 55 minus 40 is 15, 58 minus 55 is 3, 60 minus 58 is 2. And for the class, what would be the first class? Maybe some of you will look at the upper boundary. Okay, you look at 29.5, here is 34.5, and maybe some of you will say, oh, so it's 29 to 34 lah. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, think carefully. The upper boundary is 39.5. If you write 29 to 34 here, then the next number will be 35. It means that the upper boundary of this class will be 34.5, which is wrong already because they already said the upper boundary is 29.5. So this cannot be 29 to 34. It means that this number here should be 29 and this number here should be 30. Barulah dapat upper boundary 29.5. And what about this number here? The upper boundary is 34.5. It means the number here and the number here add together divide 2 is 34.5. So here should be 34 and 35 lah. So tell me what the number here? So the number here and the next number add together divide 2 should be 39.5. So here should be 39 until 40. And then the rest you already know lah, because you already know, you can already see a pattern here, right? Plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. So 40 plus 5, 45. Plus 5, 50. Plus 5, 55. Here do the same. Plus 5, 39. Plus 5, 44. Plus 5, 49. 54, 59. Okay, just plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. Okay, then you can also write down here already, right? Because it's like minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, so it's 25. Okay, why I draw this table? Because they are asking which of the following is false. Okay, maybe I know, okay, maybe some of you when you do this question, you tak lukis pun benda ni, right? And if you tak lukis benda ni, actually, okay, it means that you are just doing it without using the table. You are just like baca macam ni, like B. Model class is 40 to 44, and then you just tengok diagram tu, tengok 10 minit, and then you pun tak tahu like what are you looking for, right? That's why I draw this table. Okay, don't be lazy. Okay, because if you draw this table, it will be so much easy. It will be so much easier, right? Because like the model class, how you want to know from the diagram? Because this is cumulative tau. Model class means the class with the highest frequency. So that's why it's so much better if you just convert this to the table. Now you can try doing it. Okay. Now you tengok lah yang mana false. Okay, A. The median is 42. Is it correct? Is the median 42? Okay, how to find median from OGIF? First, you need to find out. You need to take the total frequency, divide 2, and then use the dotted line, and then tarik bawah. This is the median. So what is the total frequency here? 60. So what is 60 divide 2? 30. So 30, and then use dotted line, dot, and then dot. Okay, this is the median. So the median is in between 39.5 and 44.5. So just tekan 39.5 plus 44.5 divide 2 because it's in the middle. So it's 42. So maksudnya A is true. Okay, A is true. What about B? Is B true? Model class is 40 to 44. Don't look at the graph. Look at the table. So 40 to 44 is the model class. What's model class? It means the class with the highest frequency. So which one is the class with the highest frequency? This one, right? 20 is the highest frequency. So the class is 40 to 44. So this is also true. C. Number of students in the group is 238. It means this is the, I think this is the total number of students lah. Okay, this is false lah. Because the total number of students is not 238. It's 60 only. Okay, it's 60 only. So the answer is C lah. Because they asked which one is false, right? Okay, what about D? Okay, of course you already know the answer is C. So D should be true, right? But let's do it anyway. So number of students whose weight more than 44.5 is 20 students. So more than 44.5 is actually here, right? 49.5, okay, and so on. So it will be 15 plus 3 plus 2. What's 15 plus 3 plus 2? 20 lah. So it's true also. So this is true. So they are asking which one is false, so the answer is C. Right? That's all. Number 32. Given that universal set is 77 until 86. So is the 77 included? No, because there's no line here. So you start from 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. Okay, bila masa mau stop? You stop at 85 or you stop at 86? You stop at 85, right? Because dia tak ada lines ni, maksudnya 86 is not included, so you stop at 85. And then set P is a multiple of 4. So multiple of 4 means what? So I know 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12. These are all multiple of 4. But takkanlah you nak tulis macam ni. If you tulis macam ni, tulis sampai bila? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, blah blah blah. And banyak lah, right? But sebenarnya you tak perlu tulis semua. You tak perlu tulis semua. You only tulis yang ada dalam universal set saja. You only write down number in the universal set yang boleh bahagi 4. Maksudnya 80 and 84 only, right? 78 boleh bahagi 4. Let's try with calculator. Tak boleh. 79 tak boleh. 80 boleh. 81 tak boleh. 82 rasanya I think tak boleh. Ya, tak boleh. Kalau ada point means tak boleh lah. Kalau ada decimal points tak boleh. And then 83 tak boleh. 84. So 80 and 84 ni. Okay. Of course you can use your calculator to help you. Okay. Q. Set Q is what? X is a whole number such that when divided by 5, the remainder is 2. Apa maksudnya divide by 5, remainder is 2? Okay. It means that when you divide by 5, you will get point something. Okay. Like for example, if you get 78, right? You take 78 divide 5. So what's 78 divide 5? So 5 times 1 is 5 here. 7 minus 5 is 2, 28. So 5 times 5 is 25. What's 28 minus 25? 3. Okay, this is the remainder lah. It means that the fifth, when you take 78 divide 5, the remainder is 3. It means that I cannot write 78 inside set Q, because only when the remainder is 2, baru saya kena include inside the set Q. So 78 is not one of it. It's not one of it, right? What about 79? Okay, you nak buat macam tu boleh juga, but I want to teach you using the calculator. So 78 when you divide 5, can you see they give you 15.6? So what you do is you ambil nombor after the decimal point, which is 0.6. So you just take 0.6 times 5. Okay, when you times 5, they will give you back the remainder. Okay, kenapa you times 5? Kenapa you darab 5? Because at first you bahagi 5, you tahu maksud saya? So you times 5 to find back the remainder. So you know the answer is not 78. Let's try with 79. What's 79 divide 5? You get 15.8. And then you take 0.8 times 5. Why? For what? Why? To find out what's the remainder. So 4. It means that 79 cannot. Okay? Cannot. Because they say set Q is only when the remainder is 2. Let's try with 80. Okay, if you take 80 divide 5, you will not get any decimal point. You will just get 16. Maksudnya, what is the remainder? 0. Okay, the remainder is 0. It means there's no remainder. Maksudnya, this is also not one of the... You don't have to write this in set Q lah. Okay, what about 81? So 81 divide 5. So you get something like this, 0.2. 16.2. And you just take the number after the decimal point like this, 0.2. So just take 0.2 times 5. Kenapa? Untuk cari remainder. So the remainder is 1. Maksudnya 81 is not a... you don't have to write 81 here lah. Okay, let's try with 82 now. So 82 divide 5. So 16.4. And same thing, just take 0.4 times 5. Because I want to know what's the remainder. Oh, so yeah, it is. It's the remainder is 2. So 82 I have to write here lah. Okay. Because if you read here, they say the set Q is when the number, when divided by 5, has a remainder of 2. Maksudnya 82 is one of it lah. 82 is one of set Q. What about 83? So 83 divide 5. And then do the same. Take a 0.6 times 5. So the remainder is not 2. So tak boleh. 84 divide 5. Okay, sorry. 84 divide 5. And then take the remainder 0.8 times 5. So the remainder is also not 2. So no. The last one is 85. So 85 divide 5. Okay, this one the remainder is 0 because there is no point. This is just 17. So it means that set Q ada satu element saja. Okay, 82. Okay, state the elements of P union Q complement. Okay, don't rush. Okay, don't rush. Do P union Q dulu. Okay, jangan nak cepat. Buat P union Q dulu. Okay, what's P union Q? P and Q semua ambil lah. P union Q means P and Q semua ambil. So 80, 82 and 84. But the question don't want P union Q. The question wants bracket P union Q complement. Maksudnya take everything except P union Q. It means that ambil semua kecuali 80, 82 and 84. Maksudnya 78, 79, 80 tak nak because already said kecuali 80, 82, 84. And then 81, 82 tak nak, 83, 84 tak nak, and then 85. So this is the answer. 78, 79, 81, 83, 85. So the answer is B. Okay, the answer is B. So it's like exactly the same, right? 78, 79, yeah. So that's the answer. Next is number 33. Okay, so number 33, diagram 15 is a Venn diagram with the universal set, set M, set C, set B. So M is a mathematics club, C is a chess club, B is a basketball club. Given the N universal set is 215, it means the whole everything add together lah, the total. And then NM is 85. But please don't write 85 here. Okay, it's wrong. Okay, it's wrong. Salah. Because the 85 is like include, is already, here is also M. Okay, the 20 is also M. Maksudnya, if you want to write, it means that the 85 is actually this plus this. Alright, because here is also M. Here is also M. So, kalau you nak cari luar sini, you have to take 85 minus 20. Ayo, why I keep pressing the wrong button? So 65. Okay, the next one is NC is 70, but same thing. Don't write 70 here because it's wrong. Okay, you cannot write 70 here. So you, because can you look, if you look carefully, C is the whole circle. So here is 20, here is 25. So if you want to find here, you actually have to take 70 minus 20 minus 25. So 70 minus 20 minus 25. So you will get 25. So you write 25. Okay, and then M intersect C is 20. Oh, no, this one first. NB is 60. So if NB is 60, you just take 60 minus 25 lah. Do the same thing. So it's 35 here. And then M intersect C is 20. Okay, this one they already write for you. M intersect C means this part here. Okay, and then remember they got say the total is 215. So actually you can take the 215 minus all these numbers to get the outside number here. So just take 215 minus 65 minus 20 minus 25 and then minus 25 again minus 25. So you get 45. So 45 is the outside here. Maksudnya yang main mathematics yang mathematic club only, mathematic club member only is 65. For the 20 here is for student which is mathematic club and basketball club. For the 25 here is like chess club only. And then for the 25 here is chess and basketball. For the 35 here is basketball only. And then for the 45 is like not a mathematics club, not a basketball, not in any club lah. It's not in any club yang outside sini. Okay, find the difference between number of students who are not involved in any club. 45 lah. Number of students who are not involved in this is 45. And the number of mathematics club only. Please don't tell me 85 No, mathematics only means 65 only. Okay, 65 only. Because the 20 here is for mathematics and chess. Because they say mathematics only. So it's only 65. And they say find the difference. But if you minus, you will not get the answer. Because if you take 65 minus 45, you get 20. Right? Sorry. 65 minus 45, you get 20. Sorry. 45. Okay, it's 20. But if you look at ABCDs, memang tak ada jawapan. So, I think the soalan silap lah. Okay. I think it shouldn't be difference here. I think this should be a sum. Okay. Because the answer in the schema jawapan is D. Okay. But it doesn't make sense lah. Because 65 minus 45 is 20. How can it be 110? But if you change the difference to sum and you ambil plus then you will get 110. So 65 plus 45. So yeah, it's really 110. So saya rasa soalan ni dia ada, okay, maybe they made a mistake here lah. Okay, so you change the word to sum, right? So this is how you do it. 34, diagram 16 shows straight line which intercept the x-axis. Maksudnya this is the x-intercept lah. And y-axis, maksudnya this is the y-intercept lah. And then find the value of k. Okay, how to find value of k? First of all, this is a straight line. This is a straight line. And can you see that the k is the x-intercept? Maksudnya the coordinate here will be k0. Right? K0. And do you remember in the straight line, I said, bila dia suruh you cari value, find the value of k or find the value of y, find the value of anything, okay? You mesti guna gradient, right? Okay, I don't know how many of you remember that, but yes, I pernah ajar, okay? I pernah say this thing. I said, when they ask you to find value of the x coordinate ataupun the y coordinate, mesti guna gradient punya. So use the gradient. So how to find the gradient of this line? First of all, you take 5 minus 2 over 2 minus 8 first. So you get 3 minus negative 6. So it's like negative 1 over 2. But this is a straight line. It means that all these points on this line will be collinear. It will be like on the same straight line. Maksudnya I can use n and k jadi apa? You already know the gradient is negative 1 over 2. So you can take 0 minus 2 over k minus 8 is also negative 1 over 2. And then when you darab silang, you will get the answer. So what is 0 minus 2? Negative 2. K minus 8, just write down k minus 8 equals to negative 1 over 2. Okay, darab silang. So what's 2 times negative 2? Negative 4. And then negative k plus 8. So k is 12. So the answer is B. Right. Okay, number 35. Okay, soalan ni pun ada masalah. Alright, camera don't want to focus. Focus. Hello. Okay, maybe if I do this, it will focus. Okay, if I do this, it's focus. But if I do this, it don't want focus. Hello. Ding dong. 35. Alright, so the camera focus now. Okay, so which of the following graph is parallel to y equals 2x minus 8? What is parallel? Selari, right? Selari. Maksudnya the gradient will be the same as this line lah. So if you know y equals 2x minus 8 actually this soalan ada masalah tau. Okay, because I'll tell you why later. Alright, so this equation is already on a gradient form ataupun linear form. You can call it gradient form or linear form. It means y equals mx plus c, and the m is 2 and the c is negative 8. But we are not looking at the c here because what they are asking is which of the following is parallel. It means that we are looking for same gradient. Okay, we are looking for a line where the gradient is 2. Okay, it has to be the same lah. Sebab dia kata which of this is parallel. So which of this line the gradient is 2. So if you look at A, what is the gradient of this line? Okay, can you see that all these A, B, C, D, all the 2 points they give you is the y-intercept and the x-intercept. So you can use the gradient formula, which is negative y-intercept bahagi x-intercept. Okay. Of course, you can also use the other gradient formula, which is y minus y over x minus x. Alright. But in this case, using this formula will be faster. So negative y-intercept is negative 8 over x-intercept is 4. So it will be 2. So A could be your answer, right? A could be your answer. What about B? Do the same thing lah. So use the gradient formula. Negative y-intercept over x-intercept. What's the y-intercept? Negative 8 atas. X-intercept negative 4 bawah. So it will be negative 2. So this is not the answer. B is definitely not the answer, right? Because they are asking which of the following graph is parallel to this line. And kalau you nak parallel with this line, you need to make sure the gradient is also 2. So jawapan bukan B. What about C? Okay, if you do C, you will see that negative y-intercept or x-intercept, so negative 8 over negative 4. So it's actually positive 2. So there's actually 2 answers, A and C. Okay, but tak apa. Let's continue with D first. So what's gradient formula? Negative y-intercept or x-intercept. So x-intercept is 8, 4. So negative 2. Okay, so D is not your answer lah. So A and C can be your answer, right? Because they ask which of the following is parallel. So A is parallel with this line. C is parallel to this line. So what's the problem here? Okay, tak apa. Let's write down the equation of A. For A, the equation will be y equals 2x minus 8. Agree? Because it's y equals mx plus c, right? So the m is 2 and the c is the y-intercept, which is negative 8. But what about c? What's the difference between A and C? Apa beza dia? Beza dia is at the y-intercept. Can you see it? Walaupun gradient dia sama, it's still y equals 2x, but the c is 8. It means that the equation for this line will be y equals 2x plus 8, but the equation for this line will be y equals 2x minus 8. But if you look at the question, they're just asking which is parallel. Okay? But try reading the Malay version. Antara graf berikut yang manakah mewakili y equals 2x minus 8? The Malay version didn't ask for which one is parallel. The Malay version asked for which line is y equals 2x minus 8. So the answer should be A lah, I think. So I think they made a mistake here lah. Okay? It shouldn't be which one is parallel. It should be which one is y equals 2x minus 8. So it should be which of the following graph is, and then you potong the parallel, is y equals 2x minus 8, right? So I think they made a mistake in the English Okay, yang baris atas ni they made some mistake here. Okay, and the answer will be A. But of course, if the soalan is tanya which one is parallel, then A and C is both accepted. Because A and C, these two answers are both parallel. Okay, it means these two have gradient too. But after reading the Malay version, I think they made a mistake lah when they typed the soalan. Okay, I think what they are asking is which one is equals to y equals to x minus 8. So it should be A lah. Alright, next question, number 36. Table 4 shows the number of students who attend mathematics program. So there's 3 classes, class 1, class 2, class 3. So class 1, boys other 12, class 1 girls 10, class 2 boys 14, and so on lah. Okay, a student is selected at random. Find probability that a girl from class 2 is selected. Ayo, this one so easy lah. How to do? So, mestilah probability that a girl is selected. Girl from 5T2. So 5T2 berapa girl? 9 girl. And you have to over with what? Over with all the total lah. And the total will be everything add together. So it will be 12. It will be 12 plus 10 plus 14 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13. So it's 69. So what is 9 over 69? Just tekan 9, do you want answer lah? The calculator will simplify for you. Just tekan ABC, boom, 3 over 23. So the answer is A. Simple, right? Okay, number 37. The box contains 48 cups. So there's 48 cups, and then there are blue and white. Oh, rupa-rupanya ada dua jenis cup. So there is 48 cups. Some of them is blue, some of them is white, like this. Alright. There are blue and white cups. A cup is chosen at random. The probability that the blue cup is chosen is 1/6. So blue, the probability is 1/6. Maksudnya ada berapa blue cup? Just take 48 times 1/6, you will get 8. It means that there's 8 blue cups. It means how many white? 40 lah. How you get the 40? You just take 48 minus 8. Ataupun you can also take 1 minus 1/6 to get 5/6. And then take 5/6 times 48. You will also get 40. Okay? But of course I can prove to you. 5 divided 6 times 48. See? You get 40. Alright? So, yeah. Alright, and then what? How many blue cups need to be added? Oh, I need to add some blue cups here. So, they didn't mention, the soalan tak bagi tahu lah, tambah berapa cup. So, we can just jadikan dia X macam tu. So, how many blue cups need to be added so that the probability become 1/2? The probability that a blue cup is 1/2. Hey, what is the probability of getting blue cup? 1/6. And now, they are asking how many cups you need to add inside this collection so that the probability of blue cup change from 1/6 to 1/2. Maksudnya, when you tambah a number here, the blue cup will not be 8 anymore. It will be 8 plus X. And also the total will also get affected. The total will not be just 48. It will be 48 plus X. And then equals 1/2. Ini maksud dia. Okay? Boleh faham? It means that nak tukar the probability from 1/6 to 1/2, saya kena tambah how many cups? So 8 plus X over 48 plus X. And then darab silang. So it will become 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times X is 2X. And then 1 times 48 plus X is just 48 plus X. And then 2X minus X is X. 48 minus 16 is 32. So the answer is D. Alright. So very simple. Next question, 38. 38. This is variation. The relation between P and R. R is, okay, P, and then atas is cube root of N. And then inversely SR. Okay, so dia dekat bawah. So given that P equals to 4 when N equals to 8 and R equals to 6. So remember when we are doing variation, we always change this symbol jadikan dia equals. But when you tukar jadi equal tukar this symbol to the equal sign, you need to tambah unknown here, and usually we use K. Okay, we use K. And then that is step number 1. And then what's step number 2? Step number 2 is terus cari K. Remember, you will never go wrong with this step. Step number 1, tukar from convert this symbol to equals K. And then second step is what? Find K. And then third step, rewrite. Alright? These 3 steps, just remember these 3 steps. Okay, I repeat again. Convert the symbol here to equals K, and then find K, and then rewrite. This is always correct. Okay, when you do variation, it's just these 3 steps. So, I already changed this symbol to equals to K. Now, I need to cari K. But how to cari K? You need to masukkan P, N, and R lah. Betul? Kalau nak cari K, means saya kena ada value of P, N, and R. Baru boleh cari K. So, soalan mesti akan bagi, right? So can you see P equals 4, N equals 8, R equals 6. So masukkan je 4 equals to K cube root N. So cube root 8 lah. And then over R. So over R means over 6. So what is cube root 8? Cube root 8 is 2. So it's 2 over 6. But I know 2 over 6 can potong jadi 1 over 3. And divide 3 jadi times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So sudah cari K kan? What's step number 3? Rewrite. Maksudnya tengok balik baris ni, rewrite. Tulis semula. So P equals to 12. And then square root N, cube root N over R. And then now what they want? Calculate value of P when N equals 64, R equals to 3. Yeah, easy lah this one. Find value of P when N is 64, R is 3. So just put lah. Cube root N means cube root 64 over R over 3. So it becomes 12. Cube root 64 is 4. Oh, sorry, you cannot see. Okay, so P equals to 12 cube root N over R. And then the N you put 64, the R you put 3. Okay, so now you can find P. Okay, cube root 64 is 4. Hey, wait. 64. Okay, yes, 4. And then 4 over 3. And then 3 and 12, you can potong jadi 4 sini. So P is 16. So the answer is D lah. Okay, the answer is D. Right? Okay, let's continue number 39. 39 is also variation. So you can use the same step here. So if the rate of interest is fixed, the amount of interest earned varies directly. See, this is variation. As the amount of principal invested and the duration the principal is invested. Given that the interest earned from a year investment of 5,000 is blah blah blah, and then calculate amount of principal is needed to earn interest of 100 in 4 months at the same rate. Okay, when we do variation, we always have unknown, right? Sometimes it's X, Y, Z macam tu. But for this, dia tak ada unknown. So what we can do, we can use our own unknown. It means that we can let A, B, C. Because I see 3 different subject here. Okay, 3 different subject here. So I will put A, B, C like this. So let's read again. If the rate of interest is fixed, the amount of interest earned varies directly. It means this is the first thing here. This should be the one that is I should underline. And then varies directly as amount of principal invested. So this is the second thing here. Amount of principal investing. And the duration. Okay, this is the third subject here. So the one I underline is the one that you need to jadikan unknown. So let A jadikan dia interest earn. And then the next thing is, so dikata varies directly as amount of principal invested. So we can write in principal invested lah. Just write principal invested. Okay, what about C? C will be the duration the principal is invested. So you can write duration of investment. Okay, I do this because I senang tulis. Okay, I want to senang tulis so that I can write A varies directly as BC. See, because they say the amount of interest varies directly as amount of principal invested, and the duration means A varies directly as B and C lah. Alright, itu maksud dia. Alright, so that's why I jadikan dia A, B, C supaya dia senang tulis macam ni. Alright, next dia kata apa? Given that the interest earned from a year's investment of 5,000 is 150. So when we do variation, we always change this symbol jadi equal. And when you jadi equal, you kena tambah satu unknown. And we call it K. That is step number 1. What is step number 2? Find K. And how to find K? You need to masukkan A, B and C. And I already said, soalan mesti akan bagi. Confirm. Dia mesti bagi man. Okay? Mesti akan bagi A, B and C. So if you look at the question, ada bagi ke? The interest earned from a year is 150. Maksudnya 150 is the A. Because 150 is the interest earned. And then a year will be the duration. It means that the C will be a year. Right? So it will be 1 year. Okay? Okay, like this. 150 equals to K and then bracket 1 year. And then they also say that the 5,000 is what? The 5,000 will be the B lah. Right? Okay, let's double check again whether I want to check whether I read it correctly or not. So given that the interest earned from a year's investment of 5,000 is 150. So the interest is 150. So A is 150, betul. Duration is 1 year. So C is 1 year, betul. And then they say from an investment of 5,000. It means principal invested B is 5,000 lah. Alright. But the problem here is you cannot put 1 actually. You cannot put 1 here. You know why? You need to convert jadi months. Because 1 year is 12 months. And you have to write 12 here. Let me tell you why. Because if you keep reading, they say calculate the amount of principal needed to earn interest of 100 in 4 months at the same rate. So can you see that the unit here is year, but the one they want you to find is in months. So I will change it to months. Okay, so that later I don't have to. Okay, So supaya nanti senang lah. Alright, so 150 divide 5,000. Okay, pindah jadi bahagi ya, and then bahagi 12. Oh, silap. Alright, so you get 2.5 times 10 power negative 3. So this is the K. And remember, what is step number 3? Rewrite. So rewrite. So A equals to KBC. So what is the K? 2.5 times 10 power negative 3, and then times B times C. But it's not over yet. Look at the soalan. Calculate the amount of principal. It means find B lah. B is the amount of principal, right? Okay, B is the amount of principal. So calculate amount of principal needed to earn an interest of 100. Maksudnya 100 is A lah. So I can masukkan already. A is 100. And then equals to 2.5 times 10 power negative 3. B dia nak cari. And then what is the C? Keep reading lah. In 4 months. So C will be the 4. Okay, you don't have to convert anymore because 4 is already in months. So now I can find my B here. So just tekan everything, then you should get answer. So 100. Okay, kalau saya akan tekan the 2.5 exponent negative 3 first. Like this. I will tekan this thing first. And then baru saya tekan 100 divide answer divide 4. So 100 divide answer divide 4. Okay. Semua pindah jadi bahagi kan. So boom, 10,000. So the answer is D. Right. Okay, last question, number 40. Find value of H and K in the following matrix equation. Okay, this is quite easy actually. So mesti buat yang ada darab dulu lah. Right. So the H1051, just leave it. Okay, I want to ask this negative kena darab masuk ke? The negative have to darab masuk ke? Sebenarnya you nak darab masuk pun boleh, you tak nak darab, you don't want to darab masuk can also. Okay, but be careful. If you want to darab the negative masuk, then you should write plus here. Can you understand? Because you are bringing the negative with you. But if you don't want to darab masuk, okay, if you don't want to darab masuk, then the negative is still there lah. So kalau saya, I won't bawa masuk lah. Okay, I will just take the 2. So 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times negative 1, negative 2. It means that there's still a negative here. Okay, because I tak darab the negative inside. So dia akan jadi apa? H minus 8 equals negative 12. Boleh? H minus 8 equals negative 12. Lagi. 10 minus 10 equals 0. Dia mesti sama position dia. Okay, 10 minus 10. You jangan bagi tahu saya 10 minus 10 equals to 5. Tak ada, okay? Dia sama lah position dia. So 10, 10, 0. And then 5 minus 0 equals to 5. And then 1 minus negative 2 equals K. Okay, 1 minus negative 2 equals to K. So I can find my K. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, I can find my H here also. Negative 12 plus 8 is negative 4. So A, B, C, D, which one is the answer? H negative 4, K 3. So C lah. C is your answer. H negative 4, K 3. Alright, so hope you ada buat sama-sama dengan saya. And you got watch until the end. So that's all for this paper. Yep. So next paper will be the Johor Set 2. Alright.